Sean, thank you very much for your time and for speaking to us here at TRT World.
Thank you.
Let me start by asking you, what do you make of this new appointment, the new chairman of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation?
I don't know the Reverend Moore, Johnnie Moore, but I looked him up. I think he looks like he's a well-meaning person who cares for people and cares for the world. But I have to say I'm surprised that anybody would take the position at this point. I mean, when you have two leading officials, the CEO and the COO, resigning just before it went live, when you have a consulting group, a large, well-known Boston consulting group, pulling out of their cooperation with the program and with what we're seeing and what you've just reported on, these massacres of people dying just trying to go and get food. I'm not sure why anyone would want to sign up for this. I prefer that people of his stature and knowledge and care would understand and advocate for a humanitarian aid delivery system that recognizes and follows humanitarian law and principles and guidance, and all of us humanitarian organizations and workers who've delivered millions of meals and millions of medical treatments and tents and blankets and clothing and water and menstrual kits and hygiene kits, who have thousands of trucks collectively with probably 100 million meals worth of food sitting in them, or just want to scream and say, please let us do this the way we know how to do this. Anira had no one killed in all of our 20 months, nearly. We haven't been able to deliver much in the last couple of months, but 18 months of delivering over 60 million meals, we didn't have anyone killed on the way to our community kitchens or delivering food. And you've got to deliver food to people where they are. You have to deliver it in as safe a condition as you can. Obviously difficult for complete safety when there's a war going on, and there, we can see that there are going to be incidents, but these need to be investigated. And right now it seems that people are being shot upon by Israeli forces when they're just trying to go and get some desperately needed food.
So on that, Sean, this American and Israeli-run delivery system, aid delivery system, it's controversial. It's been widely criticized. It's clearly not working. It's proving lethal. What's your opinion of what's actually going on here? Because like you say, this shouldn't be happening. This hasn't happened in the past, and it shouldn't be happening. But it is now that this is being run by the US and Israel.
Yeah, it shouldn't be happening. I mean, UN agencies and international NGOs like ANIRA, we know how to do this. We've been doing it efficiently, effectively, relatively safely. We know how to do this, and it just pains us that we aren't being allowed to do our work. And the principles of the humanitarian principles begin with humanity, and this system is the opposite of humanity. People are saying, I'm just trying to get some food for my family, and I'm meeting with people are dying, people are being injured, people are arriving and not getting any food, and they're saying, I walk all this way just to meet with humiliation. And humiliation is the opposite of humanity. And the humanitarian principles call for humanity, it calls for impartiality, for independence. And when you have a party to the conflict running the aid mechanism and deciding how much aid goes in and who gets it and where it's going to be distributed is the biggest problem here. And I think we're all worried that almost all of this distribution is in the extreme south of Gaza Strip, while people still live in the north, as you've just reported, and in the middle area. And so many people are walking kilometers and kilometers or can't even make the move. And we know that leaders have said, well, we want them to move south. We hope they move south, to push them south. So if you have an aid mechanism that seems to work in parallel with the stated aims of one of the parties to the conflict, which can only be described as attempts at ethnic cleansing, then you've got a real problem.
Sean, really appreciate your time. Thank you very much for speaking to us this evening. Sean Carroll there.
Thank you for having me.
Live.
Thank you.